Well, you look the part, but let's see some of your moves.
Feeling like a star, you can't stop my shine. I'm loving Cloud City, my head's in the sky. I'm solo, I'm hunting solo, I'm hunting solo, I'm hunting solo, solo. Yeah, I'm feeling good tonight, finally feeling free and it feels so right. Oh, time to do the things I like. Gonna see a princess, everything's alright. Oh, no job but an answer to, ain't a fixture in the palace zoo. No, and since the carbon lights off me, I'm living life now that I'm free, yeah. Told me get myself together, now I got myself together. Now I made it through the weather, better days are gonna get better. I'm so happy, the carbon light is gone. I'm moving on, I'm so happy that it's over now. The pain is gone. I'm putting on my shades to cover up my eyes. I'm jumping in my ride, I'm heading out tonight. I'm solo, I'm hunting solo, I'm hunting solo, I'm hunting solo, solo. Picking up my blaster, putting it on my side. I'm jumping in my Falcon, whoopie at my side. I'm solo, I'm hunting solo, I'm hunting solo, I'm hunting solo, solo. I'm hunting solo.
Okay, I can see you have some skills, but now it's my turn.
All right, I think. I don't know if anyone can hear me. It is delayed. Let's see. I think I can. I don't want that. Okay. Well, the rest of my crew is not here yet. Um, and I am having issues with my Instagram feed. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Maybe not. Come on, Instagram. But we're going to talk about Star Wars tonight. New Year's. I'm sure Ken has. There we go. See, I'm getting feedback. Hopefully, you're not. Well, hopefully, my Instagram feed did not die. Let's see. Who do I have? I got Ken with no video. Howdy, Ken. Audio is good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have the YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook working, but I might have accidentally knocked the Instagram off. Ken, can you hear me, Ken?
I can. I'm still trying to get my stuff working properly.
Well, you sound good here. I had Instagram working, but I think I accidentally shut it off. Well, Ken just left. So Normally, I'm the one having all the technical problems, but how's everyone's Star Wars Wednesday going? I have at least 2 people watching. One of them's probably me trying to go through the. But yeah, I had Instagram working, but I have to figure out how to get Instagram to work and not. Here we go. And not give me double echoes. So let's see. Let's see here. But we're going to talk New Year's. I think we were going to talk predictions for the new year. We have at least 4 Star Wars projects that'll be out this year. Many starting. Yeah. So yeah, I can switch it for Instagram, but then because I tried it when I was practicing the other day and it made it really wonky for the others. So maybe I'll mess around with that this week. I just switched this whole, you can't see this now, but I just changed out all my computers in here. I just put a brand new hard drive in this computer and updated this one. So to make it easier and better. So now I'm not having the technical problems and John and Ken are, which is odd. But has anyone what's I mean, I have 1 person now listening, maybe no 3. Is anyone interested, or what Star Wars are you looking forward to the most this year in 2024? Or if you have technical problems, that let me know. That'll help too. Or the announcements. Okay, let me see. It says waiting for host. I'm getting messages from John. So let me see if I can send them a new key. I just sent him a new key, so hopefully that works. Who knows? Yeah, I'll mess with the Instagram settings. I just got to figure out how to make Instagram work and not. There we go. I got John and Ken. Hang on, let me get this back to normal people.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Or is it Wednesday? Sorry. And you messed me up here.
This is the most Monday Wednesday I've ever had.
I'm with you on that, buddy. 100%. John, welcome back. We didn't recognize you there.
There we go.
Hear you, John. I had Instagram working, but I couldn't get the audio to shut off in the browser, so it kept echoing back. So I had it working, but I have my new computer and everything, so I'm like, I was thinking I was going to have all the technical problems because I ripped everything out. I have like 4 computers on the floor that are going to either be sold or taken to whoever recycles computers. So,
do you think one of them would work just to be a studio computer?
It's the one I used to use. I mean, the problem is it won't upgrade past. I forget what. It won't upgrade past a certain point.
Gotcha.
And that was giving me the issues. Now this one here, I have topped out. I forget what I have this one at, but this one's has a faster processor, and I put a 2 terabyte hard drive in it. So, but yeah,
yeah, I'm at High Sierra on this one. I don't think I can go higher than that.
I'm on Windows 10.
Oh, well. I got a Windows machine here because I was messing with TikTok. I was trying to get the TikTok key. I figured I got Instagram key working. I get TikTok working, but small steps in 2024. So what are we going to talk about? We have someone else. Is that Charlotte? You guys, can you see the thing? How do you pronounce that?
No.
Charm. I don't know, but they were helpful in keeping me company while you guys were not getting here. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've been sitting in the original link you sent for like
Well, I
15
don't.
minutes.
I didn't even get the original link.
Yes, I don't know what changed because it's the same one. I mean, unless it's
Every
different
time,
on
right?
different computers, because I set it up on a different computer and I came down here. So who knows what I did wrong? I'll take the hit for the error. But yeah, I mean, it was an odd day to be a Star Wars fan. I had to delete a whole bunch of people that just got on my nerves first thing today.
Oof.
Please don't tell me it was about the comment that the new director made.
Yes.
Oh, for the love of Pete.
That sounds about right.
I was just talking to Heather about that, like less than 10 minutes ago.
Well, I mean, my only thing is, and this is just me saying this mildly sarcastic, but the same people that are complaining about how bad the last couple movies were, and you would think they would want a total different change and it would make them happy, and they seem to be the same people piling on to, I don't know. It's
Who were the people?
I don't know. It was just random. I don't want to say their names on thing, but
are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, never mind. I didn't realize.
No, I'll say it after. But I'm not gonna. It was just anyone.
I apologize.
I was just like, I don't know you enough to. And there was a few that I knew, but I was just like, I don't need this on a Wednesday after New Year's. And I had Star Wars Club today, so we finished watching Empire, and then like 2 seconds before Star Wars Club, there was a fight right outside my room. So that was like, I was like, really, like 20 minutes before the end of the day, and you have to get in a fist fight, like that I have to stop. I'm like, oh, come on. So,
starting 2024 off with a bang.
This is Wednesday. Mondays are the worst. So, but yeah. First off, how was everyone's holiday?
Our holiday here, both holidays, New Year's Eve and Christmas, were very, very nice. Thank you,
John. Haven't seen you since I think Thanksgiving or something.
It's been a couple weeks. It's been a little bit. Yeah, no, the holidays were great.
Notice he didn't say he missed us.
I know,
I
right?
miss you guys. Come on.
You had retail, so holidays were probably not the same.
Yeah, you picked up a bunch of work during that time away.
Yeah, it's the work has been miserable, but the holidays themselves were great.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what made? I don't know if I know I didn't tell John this, but Mike, did I tell you what I thought made Christmas interesting this year? Was that the boys, at least Eric, got me toys.
Oh yeah. You and I were talking about that.
Yeah. So I got some new Star Wars toys from one of the boys this year, which was really, really cool. And he got me the 6-inch Black Series Star Killer and the 6-inch Black Series Qui-Gon Ghost.
Nice.
Very nice.
So they're two that I didn't have in my collection, and I didn't know that I needed them, and they were perfect additions to the setup. They're right up behind me.
I have the 3-foot Yoda. I got myself the 3-foot Yoda.
I called 4 different stores, and none of them had.
I have 2 extras if you need them.
Jeez.
Well, because I went and got 2 more today because I was like, you know what? I think I might set one of these up in my classroom. I'll put the T-shirt of the robotics team up and just have them sitting up there. Because it's creepy when it's not moving, but it's not nearly as it animated does itself better justice than it just sitting there.
Yeah, I will gladly purchase.
Yeah, $53, man. Next time I see you, I saw 2 there, and I was like, look, someone's gonna want one,
Well, what's funny is that $53 is the equivalent of 2 Black Series figures.
Well,
and 5 times the scare value.
Yeah, it comes with 2 holiday setups. It comes with Halloween and Christmas. It comes with a little sign that says Merry Christmas and Happy Halloween that you can switch out, and it comes with a Santa hat and a witch hat.
Nice.
How do you convert over what it says?
It says the same thing. It's like it's generic. It says 3 phrases.
Okay.
So,
The first one is something to do with the Force. The second one is something to do with Happy Holidays. The third is I'll haunt your dreams forever.
Something like that. Yeah, it's I don't know. I would have. It's one of those things when it was $200. I saw everything wrong with it, and it was $50. I was like, that's the greatest thing ever.
That's how they get you, man. That's how they get you.
So I went in for light bulbs. To be honest with you, I went in for light bulbs. I was like, what? 35% off? And so I just thought, I'll just walk through and see if they have something. And I was like, there's a giant Yoda there.
Yeah, that's I sent you guys a video earlier in the Christmas season with that.
Yeah. So I don't know. He's actually sitting in the seat that designated for if I ever live stream with the HDMI. Like he's sitting.
So he's your co-host for the evening?
Because I was going to pack him away. I was like, hell, I'll just keep him out. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, as if you don't already have plenty of Star Wars decorations.
That's true.
True. He's not out of place.
No.
And he's easier to put inside the house than the Darth Vader inflatable.
That's true. That's So.
Did
you get any nice additions to your collection for Christmas, John?
Yeah. Yeah, my parents got me the I got a lot of Legos this year. Seemed to be the theme. But yeah, my parents got me the Yavin 4 temple and Ahsoka's T6 shuttle. And then my girlfriend got me Kylo Ren's command shuttle.
Nice, very appropriate. And congratulations on your latest costume, by the way.
Thank you.
Now, is your girlfriend in the 501st?
No, not yet.
Yeah, nice follow-up question, Mike. It's already in the hopper.
Yeah. So. Those who troop together stay together. Well,
one day.
I say that Pennsylvania was like a swingers club there for a while.
Jesus.
Like 5 or 6 years ago, I was like, what? Because I'd be like, hey, wait a minute, doesn't that guy married? And they'd be like, shh, shh, shh. So I was like, okay, I'll just keep my mouth shut. Nerds when they get together.
Yep.
So, anyone trooped? Yeah. No one trooped, right?
Yeah, I haven't trooped since the beginning of December. So,
anyone build anything? We're like.
Oh, I'm starting a small army.
What is it?
Is that a frog?
It's the Lego frog that I printed at 1100%.
Oh, I gotta get you some files that you asked for.
The pit droid.
Yeah.
Speaking of droids and pit droids specifically, do you know of anybody who has the file for the Jedi Temple, the Young Jedi Adventures droids?
I have him printed. The little guy, the little like R2 dome with little legs.
Yes,
yeah, I have him. He's sitting in my printer room right now.
Oh, that's so funny.
I have to reprint a couple pieces because I oriented them wrong. But I have.
And is it real size or is it like an action figure size?
He'll probably stand like 12 inches to a foot and a half tall, maybe.
Yes, I need one of those too.
Okay. Yeah,
that might be my entrance to the droid builders.
Huh?
That might be my entrance into the droid.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I got him from Droid Division, so that's the go-to for static droids.
Yeah, because I watched a couple episodes of Young Jedi Adventures over the holiday because Heather's goddaughter, I'm gonna call her. We went up there and celebrated Christmas after the fact, and I got her a lightsaber. That was the one thing that she had asked for, and her parents had no idea which one. I said, "No, don't worry. I got this. I'll get you taken care of." So I got one that changes color, changes sound, all that kind of stuff. And we watched a couple episodes of Young Jedi Adventures while we were up there. And then she proceeded to ask me to go outside in the backyard, and she hit me like 17 times.
And you went Anakin on her, and
what are we going to do? No, there was at least one time where she hit me dead across the knuckles, and I thought I was gonna cry. Like it was like full 4-year-old baseball bat
Yeah.
swing right across the knuckles with a plastic
Yep.
lightsaber blade. Oh man, my eyes watered up. I looked away.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
I watched the Life Day one Christmas morning.
Okay.
You know, yeah, that's a good show. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of kids that because my nephew is a big um, Star Wars fan through that show. Like that's his show. Like he likes
Yeah, it's
Mando, but that's his. So
yeah, it's a fun show, and the animation style I think is fantastic
yeah.
for what it is.
Well, and it just shows the connecting power of Star Wars and just how what that's almost like I'm glad that the critic people don't get a hold of that and just like the same people that rip apart the other stuff. Which I'm just glad they probably don't even watch it because it's just a fun. It's just like an innocent Star Wars, you know.
I haven't heard anyone ask whether it's canon or not. So
Someone did in one of the costuming groups I am in, and it got the same answer as like Lego Adventures. It's
the Freemaker
it's like
Adventures and stuff.
canon adjacent, you
Okay.
know. So, I mean, the canon part is it's kind of a moot point, to a certain point, because everything is somewhat canon. Even Legends is canon just by being called Legends. That means at the very least someone's telling that story in the Star Wars universe.
Good point.
Except for Chewie getting hit by a planet, that's garbage to me. So. Now, John, did you watch the holiday special documentary?
A Disturbance in the Force.
I have not yet. Where is it on Disney Plus?
No, you have to buy it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's either Amazon Prime or you can. What's that old timey technology? Oh yeah, DVD.
DVD.
You can get
I
on
bought it in
DVD.
DVD form.
We're pirates. We don't know what that means.
It's good. I mean,
You would like
about
it,
it, but it is a good lesson in how to be positive. Like,
Yeah, I need to watch it. I know I need to. It's just a matter of getting to it. I've been knee deep in Dark Side of the Ring, the Vice series.
Oh, never heard of it. What ring is the dark side?
Dark Side of the Wrestling Ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not real, John.
Oh, I know. I know.
My step grandfather believed that was real until the day he died.
Good for him.
He was
At least
Andre the Giant. We used to go to his house. I used to have an Andre the Giant glass mug that would like hold like a gallon of soda.
look, kayfabe never dies as long as you believe in it.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's definitely the documentary to watch. And then I watched Solo the other day, which I forgot how wonderful. I love that show. So, and then our news of 4 shows coming out. So, I think you and I talked about this a little bit last week, Ken. But if you had to rank, we have 4 people watching now. Is that like us 3 and one other?
Yeah, I'm not on YouTube tonight,
Yes,
so I don't know who that is.
So if you're watching, chime in. Either tell us how much you hate us or how much you like us. It would make us really excited. I don't know what's the little one with what's that logo up there? There's another logo.
Is it somebody watching it possibly on? You said you had the
Maybe
Instagram.
Instagram's still going. I have no clue. The Instagram feed was like mashed or something like that, so it was bad. So I'll figure Instagram out next week.
That could be our goal for 2024 is to figure out all this newfangled angle stuff.
Yes. Well, we're doing pretty good figuring most of it. I'm doing 15 minutes before we go on air. It's not like I had this whole place looks really nice, but none of the wires were hooked up. I was like, oh crap. Because I played around with that tape recorder with the Empire Strikes Back recording. And just to see how the sound came through on a tape recorder, and I was pleased with that. So figuring it's like a 50-year-old tape recorder.
I just happened to be online at the time that I'm like, wait a minute,
what's
Inflatable Falcon's live? What am I missing? like what in the wild was because I had hopped on. I was doing some taking some notes for the Rambling Star Wars fan, and I saw that. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, yeah.
What
Because I
is
was in here
going
cleaning. I was like, I'm gonna see if this tape. Because I was plugging wires in and stuff. I was like, I'm gonna see if this tape player works. Because I'm in this mood of like, it's either trash or sell or just get it out. Like I guess I got tired of this room and I'm going through all the little stuff. I'm like, I need a comic book show that I can go spend $100 on the table and just sell all the little stuff. I'm just I you know, I complain about too much stuff and then I buy 3 mechanical Yodas. So that shows my problem.
Priorities.
But we have 4 announced shows. So I was thinking, which one are you looking forward the most? You have to pick one.
No, I don't.
Like they're all like a 10, but you have to pick the 11. Like your Disney Plus subscription is only going to let you watch one of them. Like they're going to ask you a question tomorrow, and you pick one, and you can't see the other ones. Oh, hey, it's Kerwin's on. How you doing?
Oh, that's so cool.
Now I feel like we've made it. We've made it.
Yeah, we've arrived.
Happy
That's
New Year.
awesome.
So what
That's
if
so
you
cool.
had to pick one of the 4? So the 4 would be the Bad Batch, the Jedi. What's the cartoon?
Tales of the Jedi.
Tales of the Jedi.
Tales of the Jedi.
Acolyte or Skeleton Crew. You can only pick one, and you have to watch it. And then you'll get to watch the others, but you have to watch one of these.
I have to watch one first. Like which one do I?
So-
Okay,
so-
that I'm willing to play with that. I think I would watch the Acolyte first because it's the one that is in an era I don't know a lot about. So I know that they have High Republic books and things like that. I'd pick that one to watch first.
The Acolyte.
Yeah, the Acolyte.
Well, if you watch Young Jedi Adventures, it takes place in the same time. I'm sure it's going to be just like that.
Yeah, but this one has Eunice as a Wookiee.
Oh yeah, I saw
Jedi.
him in that costume at Celebration.
Yeah, he looked
man.
fantastic.
If I didn't have 6 million other projects, I would be at Marty's house having me help me make that costume. Because it's like it's just like the Wookiees, but with robes. Like it's
So he's been naked this whole time. Chewbacca's been naked this whole time.
It's free love with Chewbacca or something. But he was just so cool. He had like a ponytail on top. It just as much as everyone doesn't like the new era of Star Wars, but when those new Wookiees came out in Revenge of the Sith, they weren't nearly as much as loved as this one coming out.
Yes, I would act like to watch.
All right, John.
Yeah, I'd have to say I would say either Skeleton Crew or Acolyte. The animated stuff interests me, but not as much as the live action stuff.
Which one? Acolyte or
you only get one. You got to watch that one.
It's hard. I am going to say Skeleton Crew only because of what we saw at Celebration.
Yeah. See, I'm with John. So see, Skeleton Crew wins. Ken, I'm sorry, you're voted off. No.
Yeah, but see, here's where I'm the odd man out. Is I didn't get the benefit of being at Celebration with you guys to see what you saw.
Well, but we saw Acolyte as well.
Yeah, no, but either way, I still didn't see what you saw.
Okay.
So if I saw what you saw, I might think differently.
Yeah.
Or if I saw what you saw, I might see.
Well,
differently.
it's kind of like I understand your perspective in the sense that you want to see something with stuff you don't know much about. That I agree, but I'm Skeleton Crew intrigues me because the kids are this kind of the star, maybe. So I'm curious where it's. I'm just curious how that's going to be. Is it going to feel like Stranger Things in Star Wars? Is it? It's going to be neat. I mean, so I'd pick that first, and then I get to watch the rest of them too, and the animated stuff. I just hope it all gets released, spread out, that I can just enjoy it in a spread, not like everything gets released the same weeks, and then we're
Yeah, I hope they stick with. I really like that model of one episode per week. I like that much more than a giant bolus. Here you go, you get 8 episodes, 10 episodes, 12 episodes all at once.
well, and I've been saying this from the beginning that I still would love to just have Wednesday Star Wars show, and it could be any show, and you don't know until like they'll be like, "Hey, next week it's Mando season 4, number 7, and the following week it's like or there's three episodes of Mando and then 2 episodes. Just run it every week, so every week I get Star Wars, and then I would keep my subscription. And I don't know what the Disney subscription is, but if you would go online, you would think they jacked it up to like $1 million. I hate to hear that's my other complaint. I heard so many people complaining about Disney subscription while I see their feed filled with thousands of dollars worth of their costumes. So I'm like, really? You're the same people that complain about going out to eat after we troop. Wait, because you don't have any money and you're sitting in a $2,200 clone.
Well, so let's talk about the subscription services things for a moment, because I think folks forget some of the details associated with them. So you've got this service, so they're giving you this stuff, this entertainment, which you don't need. You don't have to have
Right.
it. So there's nobody twist. It's not as if it's you know you know life-saving medicine or even food to get you through to the next day. It's extra. It's entertainment. Then you have all of these different tiers of pricing. So you've got the high tier where you pay with no ads. You've got the lower tier where you pay with ads. But then you also have ones where if you are a member of this service, like for instance, we have a certain cell phone company, and with our cell phone company, we get a discount to Disney Plus. So we're not paying that high level tier. We're not even paying that low level tier with ads. We're paying an altogether different price. So there isn't just one price for this entertainment stuff. And then on the other end of it, when you hear them talking about the stuff that they're making, it's costing millions of dollars to make, and they're getting the money to make those things from the
Right.
subscriptions.
Well, and I understand, but I come from the day where like you just had one cable company, and then if you wanted anything else, you had to pay like HBO and all of those, and you didn't get much. And now, like, it's still a pain because you pay all those. I just think it's funny, because I don't know what I pay because I signed up at Celebration Chicago for like the 3-year plan or whatever it was, and then
Yeah, I did the same thing. Actually, I think it was before
yeah,
Chicago, because you were able to get it, get that 3-year price before the event. I thought.
yeah, I don't remember when. I just knew when I saw it, I was like, well, I know we're going to get it. So, and then, but now mine re-ups as a 1-year plan. Like it's just one price.
Yeah.
And who am I kidding? It's not like I might drop it this month. I pretty much drop almost every other service.
Yeah, I think Disney Plus, for us at least, is the only subscription service with a 365-day value.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you get access to the entire Star Wars library, the entire Marvel library, and all of the Disney movies, that doesn't add any value for me. But those two alone, Disney or Star Wars and Marvel,
Yeah.
I have no problem paying that subscription service every month.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that you don't just watch Moana just because it's Tuesday?
Nope.
I tell you what,
You
though,
should.
some of those, like if you go back to some of those old ones, like they have some of the older ones, there's some really like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and some of those old ones are pretty good.
Well, and they have all those extra bits. So not only is it just, you've got the Star Wars channel, the Marvel channel, they also have ones about the Imagineers, so you can learn about how they made the attractions, or the history of Space Mountain, or even the history of Star Tours. So it's not specifically Star Wars, but it's kind of like Legends, or Lego Freemakers. It's Star Wars adjacent.
Right.
So you can. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, John. That Disney Plus is one of those services. 365 and a quarter days worth of value. You could watch something on it every single day, even if it's just you turn on one of those biome
Oh
shows for
yeah,
20
yeah.
minutes to get the music and the ambiance and all that kind of stuff. And then okay, I've got my fix for this moment. I'm going to go on and do something else.
Yeah, even some of the documentaries on there. Like on Christmas Day, I watched Dial of Destiny and Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then I went through and watched the iconic characters Indiana Jones documentary.
I haven't seen that yet.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, no, I mean, even the documentaries they put on there are fantastic.
Well, even some of I got hooked on the they have a television show about people that live in northern Alaska. Life Below Zero.
Yep.
See, I figured I picked you for one of the watch the Disney weddings.
Me?
They have the episodes about all the people who plan their Disney weddings.
No. Though I know Marty's daughter's getting married at Disney next year.
Really?
Yeah, we got married at Disney.
I don't know. I was a poor person married, man. We got married in like a 300-year-old church with like a best man and a groom and a bridesmaid. That was it. It was like,
well, it was the four of us and then the officiant. That was it.
Marty does a lot of Disney weddings. Like he goes down and shoots photography for them.
Oh,
it'll be a courthouse wedding for me if I ever get married.
Well, I'd suggest I like marriage, so Missy and I have the discussion many times. So we just did our 30th anniversary this past summer. If I had to do it over again, I would have got married about 5 years sooner. Just because we knew we were going to, and we were those kind of people, like we were trying to be practical. Let's wait till this, wait till that, wait till this. And it just, I lucked out, I mean, not too many of my friends have been married for as long as I have. So
I have a set of friends who they're not married, but they've been together for decades, and I admire that level of commitment and attention without having to follow the rules of the road and everyone else, and then get that slip of paper or whatever.
Well, that slip of paper we always talk about would have helped us when we went to college the first time, because that puts you at a different level of getting things paid.
Really?
Oh yeah. If you're a married couple and one of them goes to college, because if you're not married, the finances default back to your parents a lot of the time, depending on how many years you've not lived at home or if you're on their insurance and all that. And even if your parents don't give you a dime, if they make good money or own a house, it puts you in a different bracket than if you're just a married couple living in an apartment.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's there is benefits to that. But
life lessons on the inflatable.
Yeah. Well, you know what life lessons I wish I would have had when I was married, though? I wish I would have known you could have a Star Wars wedding. I never really thought that. You know what I mean? Like in the 90s, it just never dawned on me. Like Missy probably would have went for it, but it never dawned on me to ask. Because we were just coming out of the time period when you got wedgies and swirlies for like in D&D or Star Wars. So, but
yeah, no, I found out a nice little tidbit over the holiday that the where Anakin and Padme got married in Italy,
Lake Como,
they offer a wedding package, $3,000 for 30 minutes.
Well, you know how much money it would cost to get a high-res background?
Not a whole lot.
I know someone who dresses like C-3PO. He could be
Don't tell me you're getting married. Just walk up there real quick, Yeah. Have a
a gorilla wedding.
Gorilla wedding.
Just make sure you have the protocol droid's mind erased when you're done.
Yep.
Well, if you ever get a divorce, you can go to like Death Valley where the two droids separate and walk. That one shot was shot at Death Valley. If you don't mind 125-degree weather.
That's true.
So, yeah. The other thing I did over break, I went to a place called the Troll Market in Lancaster, and they have a D&D room you can rent. It's set up like it looks like a medieval feasting area. and you can play D&D for 3.5 hours for $60.
Do they provide snacks, or do you have to
No,
bring your own snacks?
it's just the room itself. You don't have time to
Got
snack
it.
when you're playing D&D. Don't be one of those
Yeah.
guys that brings his food and then spills it on someone's character sheet. My pet peeve with that is the people who bring food or the people that play with the miniatures. Just get out of my sight. You know,
You don't like minis?
I like minis when they're used, but I hate when you set them up and then someone has to like sword fight with your min. I'm like, come on, man.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean,
As opposed to like a visual aid.
they're there for a reason, buddy.
Yeah, they got a sword fight in your imagination.
Well, because that's what after I was there, I was like, oh, how can I change this room I'm sitting in into a D&D table? I have an extra projector. I'm mounted on the ceiling, shooting straight down onto the table, and then I can load maps up. You know, it's like, what can I do? And I was like, I don't need another.
You have to finish the generic table that you
So
have.
that's exactly what came in my head. Someone offered to buy. I had pictures of stuff I was selling on eBay, and someone said, I don't want the stuff that you're selling, but how much for the table it's sitting on?
10 grand.
I was like, no, sorry, buddy. If I give that away, I'd never get another one done.
And you printed out all the figures, right, for that?
I have not yet. I want to print them in liquid resin. So I'm gonna print them in the garage in the summer because I want them all translucent. So yeah, that I didn't get much done over Christmas for that, but I did get the measurements and I watched about 10 tutorials on how to build the table. So that's
awesome.
my next cutting project.
What about belt buckle?
Belt buckle. You know what? As soon as you put your head up, I said he's going to ask me about the Darth Vader belt buckle, and I was just lazy on that.
I asked him about it last time.
I got the Sabine soft goods for the live action Sabine, which they're actually really nice. So I'm happy with those.
Hold on,
He didn't answer the question.
Hold on. So you got the Sabine soft goods. Did you order a new set, or did you?
I ordered a new set.
What happened with the gray or the brown set?
The brown set's sitting here, and I think the brown set is going to be Safi's Mandalorian set.
Okay,
Going to make a Sabine-ish looking character, and I'm thinking if it looks, what I'd like to do is make it look like just color correct every Sabine color. You know, like so figure out like so it kind of goes with the brown. So when she's not staying with Sabine, she doesn't look like Sabine, but she looks like all the colors were just changed on a Sabine costume.
So why don't you do the opposite of it?
Yeah, something like that's what you know. At one point in time, when before Sabine came around, I was thinking of doing the twins from G.I. Joe. I wanted to do a set of Mando
the chameleon twins.
Huh?
The chameleon twins?
No, the twins from G.I. Joe, the red and blue, and that were for Cobra. I don't know much about G.I. Joe. I just remember them on the cartoon, and they were like mirror images of each other, the action figures.
Yeah, they were the two dudes with long brown hair.
Yeah. So I was going to do a color scheme like that of two Mandos for the girls when they were little, but then Sabine came along and it kind of shot that down.
So, okay, let me ask you this then. Why are you dodging the question? What's going on with the belt buckle?
I was honestly, I was the laziest I ever was in my entire life over Christmas break when it came to that stuff. Like I was
lazy. He just wasn't focused.
That I hate
because he did a lot of other stuff not associated with the belt buckle.
Yeah, but that was still lazy to me. Like, no, I was like, I came downstairs the one day with all the intention of working on Vader. Vader's stuff was in a tote behind an old computer. Just me picking up that computer got me sidetracked to start wiping out all the hard drives. So I spent a whole day wiping out all these hard drives. And then when I got them all wiped out, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I have it. And then when I moved them all, I found that I had that bent monitor that wasn't hooked up. was like, I should hook up the monitor, which then turned into tearing this whole thing apart and putting it all together. And again, I was down here and I saw my cassette player. And that's my stream of consciousness.
In the time that you've been working on Vader,
Huh?
I have gotten 2 different Kylo costumes approved.
Yeah, I have one costume approved since 07.
I know.
07.
I'm just saying, just order the belt buckle.
I know.
Just order the belt buckle, and then everything else will just start
So,
falling into
Which
place.
which is more expensive, the belt buckle or 3 Yodas?
That's true. That's exactly true.
Because the other thing I was thinking, so I mentioned I had called around to 4 different Home Depots, and I was on my way driving to one on the way home from work today. I'm like, wait a minute. Even though it's only $50 or whatever, that's like a third of what it's going to cost me for the soft goods for this Din Djarin. So maybe I shouldn't go to that 5th Home Depot. I should just go home.
Well, that's what I was like. Why, if I rush out of work, I can go to this one and see if they have one. They had, and I was like, yeah, it's not.
And thank you for picking that up for me, because now I have another reason to come up to Pennsylvania.
It's I just it's honestly when now that I'm back to school, and what's nice is everything's cleaned up. Like I have no excuse to do nothing else. Like my garage is clean. Like I got rid of it. I had a motor that I tore apart and it somehow fit in the trash can and went to the trash. I had, because I had a frozen. I have 3 motors. I had to get rid of one. I just needed some parts off of it, so I got that out of my garage, and that was just taking up. It was just like a whole bunch of pieces laying everywhere. So
you just threw it in the bin and just called it a day?
I put the aluminum in the recycling bin. The block wouldn't fit. I spent 2 days with a busted shoulder. I messed my shoulder up somehow. It got better over break. And the first thing I did was go and pick up motors and throw them in the trash.
As you should.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah. I really just got to get Vader. I just want Vader done. Like I'm at the point where I need someone to just lock me in my house and say you're not allowed any food until you get Vader done.
Dare I ask my follow-up question?
Yes.
How's Keeley?
Keeley is still just sitting there. Keeley's just a paint day. And that's like that. This weather is messed me up with paint because I started painting the Sabine racer helmet and the Sabine fencing helmet. And because of the cold, I had the heater on in the garage and everything. The paint was just not being good to me. And so I just wound up kept sanding. And so it's that thicker paint. I was using the stuff from AutoZone, which I like, but it's not in this kind of weather. It's just not. It was going on like glue.
Yeah, I'm really lucky. The Mandalorian helmet I painted, we had like a stretch of like 2 or 3 47, 50-degree days where I was like, cool, we're going to get this painted as fast as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got to get. And I blame you, John, for not being on the show and her not bugging me about it.
I mean, what would you have gotten done in 3 weeks?
He could have gotten 4 costumes done, according to you.
Well, I mean, honestly, with see, you met me midway through COVID, John. There during COVID, man, I was just banging stuff out. People would say, I remember the one day Caden was like, he said something about something like at 8 o'clock at night. When he woke up the next morning, I had all pictures and videos of all the stuff I made because he was something I made. He wanted money or something like that, Mandalorian money. I 3D printed it, made molds, and cast a whole bunch of it before he even woke up. So.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But
hey,
then
look,
Marty was at my house like 6 days a week, and we were just molding stuff. Because I want to make a Royal Guard helmet. Is what I have this beautiful mold.
Oh, did you finally get it?
Yeah. Oh, it's really nice. Here, while you guys yap, I'll get the mold.
How's the pit droid coming, Ken? Have you gotten your?
Yeah, I haven't done any work on it because of the holiday.
Nah.
because I use part of the living room for like prep area and stuff like that, and with the Christmas tree and all the other fixings and stuff. I haven't worked on anything for several weeks.
That's fair. Yeah, the only thing I worked on was that helmet, and then printing my army.
That's awesome. Heather also got me a Trapper Wolf helmet for Christmas
From Ollie's.
somewhere else, but it wasn't at the Ollie. It was like $50 instead of the 30.
That's not bad.
So,
those helmets are still worth it at 50.
yeah, very much so. Yeah, I still haven't figured out where I'm going to arrange it, because it's I've only got, in this little setup, I've only got 8 slots, and so I'm going to have to figure out which one I want to take out.
Look at this beautiful mold. Can't really see it in here.
Ah, yes, orange.
But that's what I forgot when I bought it, to ask him what kind of silicone he used. It was orange or green, because the green will tear like crazy, and the orange is just so much nicer. So, and it's a one-piece roll. It's a roll-off mold, so there's no seam.
Oh, Mike, I might have you cast me a helmet. I'm a little short for a Royal Guard, but soft goods for that costume are cheap.
Well, because the Royal Guard, we could do red, blue, and black,
right?
Because I don't think I'll do. They look like the most uncomfortable costume to wear ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Gamorrean Guard looks mildly uncomfortable.
Which one?
The Gamorrean Guard.
Yeah.
Gamorrean gals.
There's a Gamorrean Guard that used to come out to Pittsburgh all the time.
Well, Joe has a Gamorrean Guard.
Maybe that's the one that got passed around. That thing stunk like a Gamorrean. It made me. It smelled like BO and con crud. It wasn't the person. It was just the material it was made of. But yeah, and it had that funky latex smell. So I like these people that send me stuff, because this guy looks like he used his cardboard boxes like I use them for, because they have spray paint overspray on them. Like what he used for a stand. But here we'll have an unboxing, because I didn't even open the armor yet.
I was gonna say, how did the armor look?
Huh?
That was my next question. How does the armor look?
I didn't even. Because this armor will probably be sold from when the first helmet goes. I don't know, unless I got to do almost nothing to it. Also, I got to teach this person how to ship, because they paid too much for shipping, because they put it too big of a box.
Mike, I love how you say, unless you have to do almost nothing to it, but in reality, we all know that almost nothing.
Well, I don't know anything about the Royal Guard's armor. So, yeah. See, this needs trimmed. It's nice though.
Oh, that's almost a TK shoulder bell.
Yeah, except that little indent.
Yeah.
That could be almost like a custom Mando.
Yeah.
With that.
Which is one of the other costumes he was talking about wanting to make last week.
Forearm.
Look, if you've got too many projects on your plate, you still have an open invitation to sell that clone armor.
Is that a cod piece?
That's the easiest one to finish. That's literally a paint job. Oh, this one's trimmed.
That is not a clean looking cut.
No, that looks like this young man. I don't know what he cut it with, but
a butter knife.
I gotta look. That one might be cut. Oh, that's wait a minute. Now there's that. I wonder if he started cutting that and it was like, yeah, I can't do this armor. I'm assuming this is the.
No matter how many times I cut it, it's still too short.
This doesn't feel like ABS though. It's thick. It's like really thick.
Is it PVC?
No, I don't know.
ASS?
I don't know if these are forearms. I don't even know what half this crap is. That's forearms. The back. This stuff is thick, though. I mean, it's like,
yeah, that's no joke.
But there's the I mean, you can see the shape.
Yeah.
It's still bad. I mean, it's vacuum formed, so I guess I don't know. I don't know. He could have just sent me random pieces, and I'd be like, oh, what's this?
A refrigerator drip pan.
I assume. Oh, I assume the person is this Lego armor.
Sure looks like it.
Like shins?
Shins. Chest armor.
That's TK chest.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's a little squared up though. I think like that's, and these are a little skinnier than TK. I think
Oh yeah.
they're like square. These are again, I don't know anything about the armor. And then there's another.
Oh, speaking of TKs, did you guys hear that RS Prop Masters is not selling kits anymore?
I did not. Why not?
They're just switching to the fully built kits,
Oh,
like the pre-assembled ones.
well, I can see why people do that because, like, Marty and I have talked a little bit about clone helmets, like getting back into clone helmets because we just had so much fun making them.
Mhm.
And we were talking about just doing pre-assembled clones, like we're doing a run of Rexes,
Mhm.
And you charge a little extra, and then everyone seems happy because the people that there's a lot. I mean, look at me, look at all the crap I have sitting around, and I know what I'm doing. There's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing. Like I have a guy at work that bought a Waltz Trooper Factory. And every once in a while, I'll get an email. Hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? So I understand that.
Yep. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Can't. I could. The TK was overwhelming for me.
Yeah, it's a better. I mean, I have a kit sitting there, and it's kind of one of those things where I know what to do. Like I've done 2 TK kits. I've done my FX kit, which wasn't really much work because it was pre-cut, but my Sand Trooper was just that was a scary one to start.
Mhm.
But I will tell you, once I started it didn't take me long. So
Right.
it
I
comes,
want to do an Enoch TK kit.
huh?
If I'm going to do a TK, I want to do Enoch.
Enoch. I have the 3D files for him.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
his CRL's coming soon.
Yeah, I just don't know how the TK 3D printed kits. I've yet to see one. The only 3D printed kit that stands out as a trooper that looks okay is the Shore Trooper.
Mhm.
Most of them are 3D printed.
I've seen a patrol trooper that's 3D printed that looks really good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
I mean, all
seen-
those all those style, like the tanker and that style. I'd be curious what a TK would look like.
You're gonna laugh. Galactic Armory just put out a Rogue One TK kit.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I know they'll look good. I just wonder. It's the same as the painted TK kit, ABS kit. I've seen painted kits that when they look wonderful until you stand them next to any other TK.
Yeah.
Because that paint, unless like the TK, like Marty's TK, he got his painted at an automotive shop.
Mhm.
It's like, but I've seen guys with rattle can TK kits, and it can be a little rough because white is not nearly as forgiving as people think it is.
Right.
So
that's why I like clones. They're weathered.
Yeah. Well, even the clone kits, a lot of them are vacuum formed too.
Yeah, but you have to paint the clones though, because the clones have a matte finish instead of a gloss like the Stormtroopers.
Yeah, well, and also a lot of the clone kits, it's ABS with a molded helmet.
Yeah,
the TK is vacuum formed all the way.
Yeah, I don't think you can vacuum form that clone helmet. I think there's just way too many. There's way too much geometry in it.
You could probably you'd have to do it in pieces, and your problem is there's no line across the dome because it'd be like the Biker Scout.
Mm-hmm.
And the Biker Scout's another one that's tough because that's why I love Walt's Biker Scout helmets because of the detail, but I hate that the seam is right down the middle, So that's a lot of and I have that soft Bondo that doesn't crack
Mhm.
for like the flexible part of your car, and that
Yeah.
stuff works really great, but it's very hard to get smooth.
Oh, I would imagine.
But that's what my Ezra helmet is, a Waltz helmet.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because someone was selling a Waltz Biker Scout helmet for like $50, and that was back in my days of I was just banging stuff out, and I was like, $50, give it to me, done.
Yeah.
So, but so we have 2024. So we talked a little bit about our goals last week, but we didn't really get full-fledged into it. But Star Wars goals. Ken, start with you. In
So,
any way, shape, or form.
so goals. I want to get more involved with the Rambling Star Wars fan. I want to get more consistent with that. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. I've started this thing with the Rambling Star Wars fan called Deep Thoughts in Star Wars. So every day I've been posting. It's very similar to the old Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And so sometimes the words don't make sense with the picture, and then sometimes the the words and the picture combined really get your thinking going. And so I'm curious to see or to hear, not necessarily tonight but at a future date, some of your thoughts on the things that I put together and shared. I actually put out my first TikTok video the other day with the Rambling Star Wars fans, so I'm going to start doing some more of that. It was just silly. I was sitting down, like I told Mike I was going to do this, and so I did it. Um, and I'd like to have at least one episode a month with the Rambling Star Wars fan. So those are some of my goals for 2024.
Well, and the TikTok, if you get the hang of it and you're doing stuff like that, use it on your desktop where you can actually set a release time.
Oh, really?
So you can't download individual pictures. You can only download videos that you've already made. But on TikTok, when you load it that way, you lose some of the features in the building, but you can set when it comes out. So
Oh,
if you
okay. I
have a
didn't
good
know that.
day where you turn out 10, you could have them all ready to go.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And then
Okay.
you link TikTok to your Instagram, and then it just goes to your Instagram and goes right to your Facebook.
I also want to you had mentioned at one point putting the podcast shows on YouTube. So that's another goal I have for 2024 is
Okay.
to get the Rambling Star Wars fan up on YouTube. How about you, John? What do you have in mind for 2024?
I gotta get back into the Beskar bucket. I need to do some maintenance, fix the bar up. But yeah, that's probably number one. Number two is I have gotten a costume approved for the last 2 years. I need to get another costume approved this year. That is a goal that I would like to keep.
Mando?
Matt, the radar technician.
Mando?
Probably not Mando. I don't like it's a little too complex for what I have already. I would need to start from the ground up. It might end up being another Kylo.
I do think the radar technician would be awesome for you. Just do them all.
Yeah.
Just do all Adam Driver stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, I've got the only things I would need now that I know I've got Supreme Leader Kylo approved. That was kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, we're gonna get this approved, and then we're gonna go into the rest. Because if the only things I need to get all of them approved would be the Rise of Skywalker helmet, cape, the Last Jedi cape, and then the Starkiller base robes. That would be all I would need. Granted, we're talking like $3,000 or $4,000.
Did your girlfriend sew?
No.
You need a new girlfriend.
No, she
It's
crochets
early on, man. Just
she crochets. She crochets.
there you go. Get her to do a crochet for you.
So
I think the scale's off. I don't know if you can wear that cape.
I don't think so. But
how about you, Mike? What do you have in mind for 2024? What do you want to see?
Vader.
Yeah,
Vader. Belt buckle.
Sorry.
Well, I Vader has to be my number one goal because that's like even my Stormtrooper armor doesn't make me feel bad because I have Stormtrooper armor, and I was trying to look when I bought this Vader helmet, and I think I bought the Vader helmet in 2014.
10 years ago. Oh my God, Mike, it's time.
I know. Well, because we had a shortage of Vaders. Like we were trooping, and you couldn't get a Vader.
You
to show up.
still you still have a shortage because you haven't made yours yet.
I
So
know.
you have one less Vader than you
I
could
know.
have.
So mine is Vader and
Fan
mine
Expo.
to get us on stage with on Fan Expo. That's I've been pushing that. I'm gonna send it. I sent an email out before break. I'll send one out. I have to write 2 grants for school. When I get those grants written today or tomorrow, I will probably bug the person at Fan Expo again. And I want C3PO done. That's my other, for Zoe or Sappy, because I just want C3PO to either stand in my house or, I had over Christmas. I had Marty calling me, and he was looking at the all the 3D printer sales over the Anycubic was running like some killer sales and stuff, and I was like, oh, I can't go with it. I don't need another 3. My printers aren't running right now, so I can't. Though that now that Bamboo, was it the Bamboo Labs that does the multicolor?
The X1
Always
Carbon.
like, what? Who needs to print in color? And then I see people printing in color, and I'm like, oh man, maybe I do need to print in color.
The X1 Carbon is amazing. I would love to have one, but I do not love paying $1,300 for a 3D printer that doesn't even print any bigger than 9x9.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I think once I went to, I don't think I could ever go smaller than a 12x12.
Yeah.
I mean, once I couldn't go smaller than my CR10. I don't think. But yeah, I just want to get stuff done. I'd like to troop more. I don't know if that'll happen or not.
Well, we should. I know we mentioned it last week, but John wasn't here. We should make plans to do air and scare together.
Yeah, I definitely want Air and Scare. Like Air and Scare, just because of the way it falls, I think Air and Scare will be a doable thing for me. And hopefully, maybe I can have C3PO done for Sappy by then. And I would still love to take a Mando of some sort to that. I don't think I'd do a Vader. I just want Vader done for myself in my Halloween. And
yes, I'd like to have a droid done for air and scare, and hopefully, knock on wood, get Heather's Bo-Katan done by then.
yeah, what do you need to do for Bo-Katan so far?
All of it.
Oh,
Yeah, Ken, notice how he didn't say Keeley, which means I am inching closer to filching that.
It's.
I don't know. I like that Keeley. It's
Yeah, but you look at the shins painted, man. That's
10
easy.
years with a Vader helmet.
Well, I gotta get
keep
all
that
the-
in mind.
I gotta
He
get
hasn't
all-
had Keeley for 10 years yet.
I got to get all the detail done, but I got the helmet done. That was the thing. That was like the stumbling point. Now I got the helmet done. Now my next stumbling point is the pauldron, because I have the hard plastic pauldron.
Yeah.
So I have to put the EVA foam on the squares, and I have a feeling once I have that done, it'll just domino into everything done. That's just one of those things, like certain things you just want to start or don't want to start.
Does Keeley have a belt buckle?
No, he has the white clone belt.
Okay.
Yeah, belt buckles. I get hung up on belt buckles.
Yeah, that's your stumbling block.
Well, sometimes when I'm working on the like I just got to put the chest box together and all those pieces, and I look at it and I'm like, man, I should just fork over the money and just buy a set, because there's people on Etsy that sell the whole set.
Yeah.
But then you get the price, and they're like $500. You're like, oh.
Imagine how I feel. I literally all I want is the Rise of Skywalker Kylo cape, $1,300.
Yeah, but we all have to do this, but I keep saying I need to figure out how I can parlay the crap I can make into the soft goods.
Yeah.
Or figure out a good barter.
Yeah.
Like I will gladly mow your lawn 15 times for one
Well, see,
cape.
when I did a run during COVID of cadet helmets,
Mhm.
and we did 20, 21 or 22. I listed them on a Monday. They were all sold by Wednesday.
Damn.
And I just I just got to start doing runs again, because when I do my runs, it's pre, like when I announce the run, they're already done.
Mhm.
Like it's not like these guys, oh, here's a run and then I'll see you in 6 months.
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest irritant right now is people are making people wait so long for stuff.
Well, then there are some folks, and I don't know if this is common or not, but so they'll say, "I'm gonna do a run of this, so I need 7 people to give me the money up front, and then they're gonna use that money to go buy the supplies to do the thing, and then something comes up, and they don't use the money to buy the supplies, so they don't do the thing." And
That is almost as common as people getting the stuff done, which is sad to say. Because I remember, I forget what I got done. Either it was Zoe's Ahsoka dress, the cloth goods, or it was the headpiece. One of them, they sent me a contract that I had to sign, right? And which I was fine. I'm like, oh, they're making me do all this. I'm assuming they're going to make this super quick, and they didn't. Like I completely understand people being picky about that, but then you have to be that same way on the flip side when you make it. Like to me personally, I like to have everything made, because exactly what you said, Ken. You never know what's going to happen. Like I could do this, like this Royal Guard mold is beautiful. Well, what if the first one I pull, I tear it, the mold? Then what do? I just bought $7 people's worth of stuff, and then I got to scrape together the money or give them something with a tear in it. So that's my 2 cents. But I think we have a good Star Wars year ahead. I hope the Rey movie, I think, has a lot of potential. I know the naysayers. Poor Adam Driver, though, right? They were bugging him if he was going to be in the new one. I wished he would have said, "My character died, stupid. Of course I'm not going to be in it." I wish he would have said that, because then every outlet was Adam Driver says he'll never do Star Wars again. You know what I mean?
He could be in it as a Force ghost.
he could
I'm
be in a
holding out
Force
hope.
Ghost. He could be a flashback. He could.
But I'm saying, like, I think the people questioning him were just looking for another reason to say how terrible Star Wars was. They wanted him to go full Harrison Ford 1983 on them. You know what I mean? So,
Well, I don't usually make promises, but I can promise you that 2024 in this house is still going to be a great Star Wars year.
oh, same here. Same here. I just, again, today I woke up with all the negativity and all that stuff, and I was just like, come on. Like, I don't know. But that's good. And I also, this year, I need to shorten our outro so we don't keep getting copyright violations. The intro doesn't get us copyright violations, but the outro does. And I sent messages in Instagram and Facebook to the guy who performed the music for our intro and outro to see if I could get him on the show. But he's like a big time music guy now, so I don't think he's going to, like. It's probably more like, if you look up those songs, they have the same hatred as the holiday special.
Oh yeah, everyone hates the
Worst
Connect
Star
Wars
Wars
game.
game ever. Worst Star Wars music ever.
Well, obviously they never played Bombad Racing.
Well, I don't know, but I say we wrap this one up. And we do have to get our award show in here soon, but I think we just got to get back to the synergy of all three of us being on.
Yes, sir.
So let me do our outro, and if I can find it.
Thanks for another great episode, guys.